So what's good, homies? It's your man, Dr. BOA. You know, man, a lot of these Hollywood guys understand that the woman they have, they couldn't have gotten that woman if they weren't in Hollywood, if they didn't have fame, and they didn't have notoriety, they didn't have the financial success that they've attained. But they still go ahead and marry these women anyway. Then, when it all hits the fan and the money starts to dwindle, or the woman is just feel like she's gotten everything she can out of the marriage and she decides to divorce, then those guys want to act like they have a real marriage that they can save, that they can heal, that they can repair. But they don't understand something that was built in a state of disrepair in the first place is irreparable. And one such example is Anthony Anderson. I know you know him. He's a funny guy, man, great comedian, a pretty good actor in my opinion. And he's a star of the show Blackish. Now, his wife already divorced him before, but she rescinded the divorce decree, or the divorce filing rather, because he got his role in Blackish. So the money turned back on. Now, she's just filed again. And this time, she means that shit. Now, what you men don't understand is that not just celebrities, but some of you men as well, you get the money to get the woman. But if you get the money to get the woman never wants you. She wants the money. And when the money dwindles, she's going to leave. You understand what I'm saying? If you're at a school to get a degree, once you get your degree, you're not going to stay at that school. You're not going to say, hey, let me go to class again. No, you came there for a reason. Now that you've gotten everything you can from that particular establishment, you're going to move on to something else. And this is what happens in these marriages with these guys, man. These guys don't understand. If you couldn't get bad chicks before you got money, you ain't used to bad chicks. You don't know how to deal with them. You're going to pedestalize them. You're going to put them on a level that they should never be on, not in your life or probably in anybody's life, but most certainly not in your life. I've had opportunities, man, to fall to the wayside like that. I've had some wonderful women, some gorgeous women, beautiful young women, man. But when it gets to that point where they want to cross over to that line, man, I'm not putting them over there because they don't belong over there. You understand what I'm saying? If I come across the woman who belongs over there, I'm going to put her over there. And the bottom line is that just doesn't happen. It's unlikely to happen. So I'm not looking for it. I'm not searching for it. I'm not doing any of that, because when you are a man who has attained a level of success like Anthony Anderson, like the Will Smiths of the world, like the Michael B. Jordans of the world, you deserve some time as a single, wealthy, famous man. You never know who you are until you allow yourself to live as a single man with some money. I ain't saying you got to be filthy rich, but in a position where you're financially free to do all of the things you as an individual man would want to do. Otherwise, you don't know who you are, and you start looking at the woman as a part of the prize package of having money. See, everything you couldn't get before you had money, you look at that as something that money affords you. That nice car you drive, that nice home you live in, those zeros in your bank account, those investments, all of these things that you have, you view them as something that you got with the money. But all of those things are actually things you can't get if you don't have money. If you put a woman in that category, you're going to value her the same way you value your money, the same way you value your investments, the same way you value your business, the same way you value your brand, the same way you value all the hard work you put in to do the things that you've accomplished. And she just doesn't deserve to be on that level, because here's the thing. Your car can't just walk off and leave you. Your crib can't just walk off and leave you. Your money can't just walk off and leave you. Your business can't just walk off and leave you. These are things you have to lose. You have to stop doing the things you were doing to get those things. With a woman, she can walk away whenever she get ready. You don't know what her motives are. You know why your success is there. You know why your notoriety is there. You know why your connections are there. You worked hard to make those things. But you can't put a woman in that category because a woman will never be as loyal to you as those things are. We could talk about, well, root of money is the love of money is the root of all evil. Yeah, it is, but we ain't talking about the love of money. We talking about the loyalty of money. If you take care of the money gonna take care of you. You can take care of the woman, she still might not take care of you. So now here Anthony Anderson is at this point where this woman is ready to leave him now. And she dead serious this time. And let me tell you what she told the court. She signed in the space that prevents him from getting alimony. There's nothing he could do. She signed in that space. And this is the thing about divorce. Whoever files is in the driver's seat. Whoever files is the plaintiff. You're automatically the defendant. So when you think about it, she's done that, and she also wants spousal support, and she wants him to pay her attorney's fees. This, man, listen, women been doing this to these guys forever. If you can't get the woman before you get the money, then don't worry about getting the woman. That's just the reality of it. There's women out here you can get without being rich. Now, I don't know if you can get a woman out here if you ain't got nothing, but if you can get a woman before you get rich. Man, these guys don't let a woman prove her loyalty to you. Like right now, man, I've had several women, man, who want to slide into my life and be wifey. Man, they ain't proved nothing to me. They just think they can show up and slide into that position. Ain't proved nothing. You understand? Man, there's women who prove themselves in my life. If any woman gonna be in that position in my life, man, it's gonna be a woman who's proven herself to me. I'm going to have to know what she'll do when the times get tough. I'm going to have to know what she'll do when I'm dealing with some things, man, when I'm trying to build something, when I got to go all in on something. And so the money may not be right at that particular time. I'm going to have to know what a woman would do under those circumstances. And you can't meet no woman when you already got money and know what she'll do if you ain't have no money. She can say what she want to say. A woman to tell you,
no, I ain't with you for the money. I don't care nothing about the money. I don't care nothing about the house. I don't care nothing about the cars. I don't care nothing about the clothes. I don't care nothing about the... I don't care about nothing.
She'll tell you all that. She'll make a song out of it. But the reality of the scenario is you don't know how she would behave if you ain't have none of that. You don't even know the one would have gave you the time of day if you ain't have all of that. No matter how much you think you can see into a woman's mind and see into a woman's soul, you cannot tell what that woman would do if you ain't have no paper. And what Anthony Anderson is finding out, what this woman would do if he ain't have no paper, the same thing she started to do before he got the blackish role. She started to leave his butt when the money got funny. And I'm going to be honest with you. It's hard to sympathize with a man in a situation like that. But you can also understand how the money makes a man feel powerful. See, let me tell y'all something about money. All y'all young men who striving to get your money, striving to become the most out version of yourself, and a part of that is becoming the most financially stable version of yourself, don't let the money make you forget who you are. Always remember the things that you need to work on. Always remember your strengths and your normalcies. What we don't do, we don't call our normalcies weaknesses. They're not weaknesses. They just seem weak compared to your strengths. Your strengths are the things that you're extraordinary at. And if you compare your normalcies to those, yes, you're going to be able to call them weak if you want to, but we don't call them weak. Your normalcies always have to be at the forefront of your mind. Because if you forget those, you'll start believing you can do things that you can't do. You'll start believing that people see you in a way that they can't see you. You'll start seeing yourself in a way that you shouldn't see yourself. Why? Because you have allowed yourself to believe that you are greater than the Creator. You have put yourself on a pedestal. It says, I have done all of this by the work of my hand, by the sweat of my brow. I am no longer the man I was. But here's the thing. If you really don't dive inside of yourself and keep striving to be the most out version of yourself, you are that man you were. You just got enough money to cover it up now. A lot of these guys that you see, man, they get money and all they do is cover up their okay, let's call them shortcomings for lack of a better way to put it. They cover up their normalcies. They think their normalcies are abnormalities. And so they cover it up with cars, clothes, jewelry, cribs, attitude, cockiness, a whole bunch of things they cover them things up with, man. And let me tell you something. I believe that if I walk into the room, I'm going to be one of the realest men in there, no matter who got on what and who got what in their bank account. Be away going to walk in the door and be one of the realest men in the room, if not the realest. Now, I didn't say real ninja. I said real men. And the bottom line is this. Until you make yourself the best version of yourself, you're going to put yourself in situations like Anthony Anderson is in right now. Now he's about to be taken to the cleaners by a woman he should have never given access to his money in the first place. Child support, great. Spousal support, no. Why should I have to pay spousal support for a woman who's not my spouse anymore? Spousal support should be for a spouse, not for anyone else. I remember back in the day, Russell Simmons, Kimora Lee Simmons divorced him, and he was paying, I think, $300,000 a month and $100,000 a month, something like that. He was paying $100,000 a month, I think. And she was with the guy of Amistad, I can't remember his name, but she wouldn't marry him. They were living together. She wouldn't marry him because she wanted Russell to keep sending that money. If she married that guy, Russell could have been able to stop sending the money. So she wouldn't marry him. You know why? Because his money wasn't long like Russell's money. But let's be honest, when Russell got Kimora, Kimora was an international model, supermodel. Let's be honest, man. Russell Simmons, man, couldn't get no supermodel if he ain't have no money, if he wasn't Rush. If he wasn't Russell Simmons that we know, man, he wasn't get no supermodel. Because the thing is, he wouldn't have been traveling enough to even get in touch with her. He wouldn't have been in the entertainment space enough to even get to her. So when you think about these things, you as a man have to know what you're capable of. You as a man have to know who you're dealing with. You can't be out here picking up these women that you know you couldn't otherwise get. Because let me tell you something, and this going to hurt some guys' feelings because you don't want to be honest with yourself. If you got a woman after you got money that you know good and well you couldn't have got before you got the money, that woman is with you for the money. No matter what she says, no matter what you think, that woman is with you for the money. And ain't nothing you could do about it but take care of her and pay her a whole bunch of money while you with her. And then you're going to pay a whole bunch of money when you leave. And when you really sit down and do the math, out of all the money you made, that woman done got more of it than you have. Now ask yourself, why would you put yourself in that predicament? And this ain't a knock on the brother Anthony Anderson, man, because I happen to like Anthony Anderson, man. I think he's a good dude. But he's also a beta male simp mangina who put himself in a situation with a woman who never wanted to be with him in the first place. And that's a beta male simp mangina move. The one thing no man should ever do, man, you can love a woman, you can do all of that. Many men do that. But the one thing you should never do is prioritize a woman who doesn't value you. It's a fool's move. And it's a fool's move because when you do it, you know you're doing it. You know when a woman wants you for your money. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though. Now, I'm not gonna tell you, man, that you shouldn't value your woman at all. A woman does have value, but you can't overvalue her